Hey guys, and welcome to my introduction to hardcore mode in Diablo 3. Pretty much, hardcore is the exact same story, the exact same game mechanics as regular, except you have to play the entire game without dying. Because if you die, you lose everything. So, when you want to create a hardcore character, you have to have a regular character to at least level 10. And once you get up to level 10, you go to your starting screen and you go to the hardcore button. And you create the character the exact same way, and it gives you a little tooltip down there as well, kind of explaining what hardcore is about, saying that if you lose the character, you lose it forever. You just choose it, type in your name, all that good stuff, and it gives you a little scroll saying that pretty much customer support won't help you out if you die, no matter what. So you are taking kind of a risk. You could die to something like a disconnect, or if you accidentally leave your computer, you know, just different things like that. As you can see, just you start as a brand new character and you just play through like you normally would. But as I was saying earlier, the whole objective is to not die, so you're going to want to play a little differently. For example, I played kind of recklessly on my first character through, I just kind of pushed content as I was progressing through it and bashing my head against the wall. Not, this isn't going to quite be the same. And here's my monk that I am currently leveling up. And if you take a look at the at my action bar, you'll see that pretty much the entire 1 through 4 is defensive. I have 7-sided strike, which some people use offensively, but I use it defensively because I can't get hit while I'm performing 7-sided strike. So if I'm in a bad position, I know I'm about to get hit with a pretty big attack, 7-sided strike. Then I have my heal, my invulnerability, and then my heal over time ability. And as you can see again, pretty much completely the same. This is part of Act 2, just running through it like normal. I am in Nightmare on here, so that's another thing I want to talk about. I'm level 45, Nightmare Act 2, and a lot of people might think that's kind of slow. But it's about right where I want to be, at least, because I want to hit level 60 before I even start doing Hell mode. And what that entails is you're going to be repeating quests a lot and gearing up a lot more and investing a lot more in the auction house. Because a lot of the gear that you'll get when you're leveling up isn't the best. It's usually 5, 6 levels below, and if you're really lucky, you can get a really nice piece. But definitely invest some in the auction house. Another thing that's similar between softcore and hardcore is that you can pick up, or when you have a hardcore character, even if it dies, anything that you have saved in your stash and all of your upgrades to artisans, so the jewel crafter and blacksmith, those stay. So you can share that between all of your characters. So it's usually a good idea that when you're leveling up, if you find a really good piece of gear, to not necessarily go sell it, but to put it in your stash. Just in case you do die, you'll have it later when you're leveling up, so you won't have to reinvest that gold or spend time finding a good piece. I've been in Act 2 for probably 3 days now, doing mostly Zoltan Cool, but here I am just pushing forward so I can kill Belial to get to Act 3, and I'll probably stay in Act 3 until around level 50. But the main thing you want to remember when you're playing hardcore is overgear the content and overlevel the content for as long as you can, because even if you are good at playing the game, you want to minimize the risk of ever dying. And vitality is a very good stat to have in hardcore. You want to make sure you have a lot of vitality stacked and a lot of your main stats stacked. So in this case, I have a lot of vitality and a lot of dexterity. I have about 20,000 health at level 45, which makes it a lot easier to get out of those oh crap situations without too much worry. And the other thing is you're going to want to make sure you're paying attention to whatever is going on in the level. You want to make sure to take champion packs and rares and all those difficult mobs that you might come across, and plan out accordingly to attack them so you don't accidentally run into a bad situation. Another tactic you can use when you're progressing, or even when you're just farming experience, is to clear around the entire outside of the zone you're in. That way you have a good exit to run to if you do have a bad situation. Also, you're going to want to clear in a straight path, and that way, if you have to run away because, maybe a cooldown's off, maybe you're close to dying and your potion is on cooldown, things like that, you're going to want to run the way that you came, not into an unexplored territory, because, you might run into something just as bad going that way and end up dying and have to start all over again. But besides that, that's pretty much the basics to hardcore. I might go into another video talking about a good leveling spec as a monk, but yeah, that's about it. Thanks for watching.